In a wealthy corner of the galaxy lived an alien mother whose name was synonymous with status and success. She had everything: luxury estates, ships, rare jewels from dying stars. But none of it mattered when it came to her only daughter. The girl had been bright and full of laughter as a child, until a tragic accident left her paralyzed from the waist down. The doctors of her world tried everything: advanced biographs, neuroregeneration serums, even spiritual healers who claimed to restore the flow of life energy. But nothing worked. The verdict was always the same: her daughter would never walk again. The mother, though strong in public, carried a quiet despair within her. She could command markets and sway governments, yet she was powerless against her daughter's silent tears whenever she saw other children running and playing. And then, from a distant star system, a whisper reached her ears: humanity. Humans were not considered the most powerful species in the galaxy, nor the most elegant. In fact, they were often mocked for their stubbornness, their reckless bravery, and their tendency to leap before they looked. But among the tales that spread through interstellar trade routes, there were always stories of human breakthroughs. Medicine, technology, survival against impossible odds. Their records spoke of an unmatched resilience. Rumor had it that on Earth, human scientists had pioneered a radical form of spinal repair. Patients who had been paralyzed for years were walking again. The alien mother listened with a mixture of skepticism and hope. Many around her warned against it. Humans are dangerous. Their methods are crude, their ethics questionable. Don't risk it. But a mother's heart is stubborn. She had wealth, influence, and most of all, a fierce determination to give her daughter a chance. So she sent word across the stars. Offers were made, deals struck, and soon a group of human doctors and engineers arrived on her world. They came not in sleek ships of royal design, but in rugged vessels patched together from decades of use. Yet their eyes carried something more valuable than elegance. They carried grit, conviction, and a quiet confidence. The mother watched as they examined her daughter with strange machines, mapping every damaged nerve and scarred tissue. Their hands moved quickly, their voices low but firm. They spoke not of miracles, but of possibilities. "It will be hard," one of them said. "It will take time. She will suffer, but she can walk again." The alien mother, who had been trained all her life to question contracts and analyze risks, felt something shift inside her. For the first time in years, she allowed herself to believe. And so the treatment began. Weeks turned into months. The process was not smooth. There were setbacks, pain, nights when the girl cried out from exhaustion. But the humans never gave up. They adjusted, improvised, encouraged. Their strange mix of science and stubbornness slowly reshaped what had once been thought impossible. The alien mother stayed by her daughter's side through every step, though she often found herself bewildered by the humans' methods. They laughed at their mistakes, argued loudly among themselves, and celebrated even the smallest progress as if it were a festival. Their energy was chaotic, messy, but it was alive. One morning, after a particularly grueling round of therapy, the humans asked the girl to try something different. They fitted her into a support harness, their machines humming softly around her. The mother stood nearby, holding a tray of fruit for her daughter's breakfast, her attention half distracted by worry. And then it happened. The girl, legs trembling, placed one foot forward. Slowly, shakily, she shifted her weight, and then the other foot followed. The humans cheered. The mother froze, the tray slipping from her hands, fruit scattering across the polished floor. For a heartbeat, she could not breathe. Her daughter was walking. It was not graceful, not steady, but it was real. Step by step, against every verdict, every failed attempt, every warning, the girl moved across the room. Tears welled in the mother's eyes, not of despair this time, but of a joy so raw it felt like her heart might burst. She looked at the humans, their faces flushed with pride and relief. In that moment, the mother understood what set them apart. Wealth, power, and technology could build empires, but it was the relentless will to fight against limits, to keep pushing when logic said stop, that made humans extraordinary. Her daughter's laughter filled the room as she collapsed into her mother's arms, her legs weak but alive. The mother whispered words of gratitude, her voice shaking. To her surprise, the humans simply smiled and shrugged. She did the work, one of them said. We just gave her the tools. The story spread quickly across the galaxy. Some mocked it, dismissing it as an exaggeration. Others listened more carefully, realizing that perhaps humanity carried something precious, something that no amount of money or status could buy. As for the mother, she no longer cared what others thought. She had seen the impossible made possible. And every time her daughter's footsteps echoed in the halls of their grand home, she was reminded, sometimes the greatest riches are not found in what you own, but in the will to keep moving forward.